Your life is not falling apart because you're unlucky. It's not because you were born in the wrong place or into the wrong family. It's not because of your past or your parents or your circumstances. Your life feels broken because your mind is broken. And no one ever told you that. No one told you that your brain, your most powerful tool, can also be your biggest obstacle. You wake up every day with the intention to change. You promise yourself this time will be different. You plan, you dream, you watch another motivational video, and then you do nothing. You scroll, you freeze, you delay. Why? Because the enemy is not out there. The enemy is in your head. It's the voice that says, "You're not ready. You're not smart enough. You'll probably fail again." That voice, it's lying. But you've believed it for so long, it feels like the truth. Here's the hard truth most people won't tell you. You can't change your life by changing your environment. You can move to a new city, get a new job, meet new people. But if you bring the same broken mindset, you'll repeat the same cycle. Your mind is the root system of your life. If the root is sick, the fruit will always rot, no matter how good the sunlight is. You feel stuck not because you're incapable, but because you've never been taught how to master your mind. Your brain wasn't built for success. It was built for survival. It avoids risk. It clings to comfort. It fears the unknown. That's why when you try to do something hard, your mind resists. It tells you to wait. It tells you to scroll. It tells you there's always tomorrow, but that voice isn't truth. It's just conditioning. The truth is this: your mind is untrained, and just like a muscle, it can be trained. You ever wonder why the most successful people seem calm under pressure? It's not because they were born that way. It's because they trained their minds to serve them, not sabotage them. David Goggins wasn't born mentally tough. He used to be overweight, insecure, and full of excuses. He failed over and over again, but instead of quitting, he got honest. He faced his weak mind and made a decision to train it, to rewire it, to become the version of himself that didn't just survive, but dominated. And so can you. Here's how you start. Stop believing every thought you think. Your brain tells stories. Most of them aren't true. Start questioning them. "I can't do this." Says who? "I'm not good enough." Based on what? The moment you realize that your thoughts are just suggestions, not commands, you gain power. Expose yourself to discomfort on purpose. Take the cold shower. Have the hard conversation. Do the thing your brain avoids. Why? Because every time you do something hard, you show your mind that you are in charge. Not fear, not comfort, you. Cut the noise. Your mind is shaped by what you feed it. If you're consuming negativity all day, of course you'll feel weak. Limit social media, avoid drama, consume things that build you. Books, silence, nature, truth. Act anyway. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to be confident. You just need to move. Courage comes after action, not before. And finally, decide who's in charge. Because every single day you're making one of two choices. Either you let your mind run your life, or you take control and run it yourself. If you don't train your mind, it will break you. But if you do train it, if you rewire it, if you confront the fear, challenge the thoughts, and take back control, then nothing can stop you. Not your past, not your failures, not your fear. The only thing that has ever held you back is your mind. Fix it, and your life will follow. You're not too late. You're not too far gone. You're not broken. You're just untrained. But today, that can change. So what will it be? Live in fear and excuses? Or take the first step toward mastery? You already know the answer. Start now, not tomorrow, right now. Transformation isn't comfortable. If it was, everyone would do it. The reason you're still stuck is simple. You've been running from pain instead of using it. That discomfort you feel when facing a challenge, that's not a warning sign. It's growth happening in real time. When you avoid the hard conversation, skip the workout, or put off the difficult task, you're choosing temporary comfort over permanent strength. And your mind loves this. It celebrates each time you retreat. See? We're safe now. Let's stay here. But that safety is an illusion. Because while you hide, life continues. Opportunities pass. Time vanishes. And one day you'll look back and realize the pain of regret is infinitely worse than the pain of growth. That critical voice in your mind, the one telling you that you're not enough, it isn't even yours. It's a collection of other people's opinions, childhood criticisms, and social conditioning that you've internalized over decades. Your parents' fears, your teachers' limitations, your friends' insecurities, society's expectations, all of it. Living rent-free in your head, masquerading as your own thoughts. When you hear, "You'll never amount to anything," whose voice is that really? When you think people like me don't succeed, who taught you that lie? These aren't your authentic thoughts. They're mental parasites that have been implanted in your mind, often by well-meaning people who are simply passing down their own limitations. The first step to freedom? Recognize these thoughts as foreign invaders, not your own wisdom. You love potential, the dream, the fantasy of what could be. It feels so good to imagine success without having to risk failure. This is why you consume endless content about changing your life but rarely take action. Content consumption gives you the hit of dopamine without demanding anything in return. Another motivational video, another self-help book, another inspirational quote. They all give you the temporary high of believing change is coming without requiring you to actually change. But potential without action is just another form of self-deception. The most dangerous addiction isn't drugs or alcohol. It's the addiction to someday. Someday, I'll start that business. Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll have the courage. Someday is a fantasy that keeps you comfortable while life passes you by. Look around you. Your physical space, your relationships, your financial situation, they all mirror the state of your mind. Chaos outside, there's chaos inside. The reason you can't maintain order in your home is because you haven't created order in your thinking. The reason toxic people keep appearing in your life is because something in your mind believes that's what you deserve. The reason money slips through your fingers is because abundance doesn't align with your subconscious beliefs. Your external world will always reorganize itself to match your internal reality. This is why people who win the lottery often end up broke again. This is why someone can move across the world and still recreate the same problems. Your mind is the blueprint. Your life is simply following the design. So how do you actually rewire a lifetime of mental conditioning? Through daily, deliberate practice. Challenge your narratives. When your mind says, "This is just how I am," respond with, "According to whom?" Identity is fluid, not fixed. You can become anyone you decide to be, if you're willing to question who you've been. Create before you consume. Start your day by producing, not absorbing. Write, building, solve, create. Give your mind the message that you are a maker, not just a taker. Speak power into existence. Your words create your reality. Replace "I'm trying" with "I am." Replace "I hope" with "I will." Your subconscious is always listening. Make sure it hears strength, not weakness. Celebrate small victories. Your mind needs evidence that change is possible. Each tiny win, waking up earlier, choosing water over soda, reading instead of scrolling, builds the case for your potential. At some point, you have to make the decision that mental weakness is no longer acceptable. That excuses are for those willing to live small. That fear might be present, but it will never be president. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming powerful. The world doesn't reward perfection. It rewards those with the mental strength to persist when others quit, to focus when others get distracted, to believe when others doubt. Your current life is the sum total of your mental choices. Your future life will be determined by the same. The question isn't whether you can change your life. The question is, will you finally take control of the mind that's been controlling you? The battle is internal. Win there, and you'll win everywhere.